Check the ride.
All right, so how you doing again, everyone? I'm coming back with you for another quick review. This figure came out about a week ago or so in Hong Kong. It's Deadshot from Suicide Squad. If you're not a fan of the movie and you weren't a fan of any of the characters, then this review is definitely not going to be for you. But make no mistake, I can tell you that this is one of the best head sculpts as far as likeness that Hot Toys has ever done. And make no mistake again, that this figure will sell out very quickly once more in-hand pics and videos and such start flooding online. You know, I don't know how big the fan base is for Will Smith, but there are a few out there. I have some friends that solely just like Will Smith for his films, and I showed them this figure a few hours ago, and they were like, holy shit, man. And they want this figure now without a doubt. So when word of mouth spreads like that to certain people that are fans, it's going to sell out even faster. So I don't expect this figure to last on the market too much longer after it hits Sideshow. I think the more photos that come in over the next few weeks leading to the United States release, you're going to see this probably go in the wait list. Maybe. I wouldn't say 100% is probably going to go in the wait list before it hits the United States, basically when Sideshow gets it. But once Sideshow does get it, and the pictures flood in even more on Sideshow Freaks and OSR, which they already have been, this figure will disappear quickly. And for what you get for the money, for $245 USD, it's really stocked full of accessories for what you get. I mean, you get multiple firearms, you get multiple magazines for the gun, you get, as you can see from the stop sign, you get the shot up stop sign, you get multiple hands, you get the rebreather mask, you get the handcuffs, you get the alternate head sculpt, you get the his scope, his eyesight scope as well, and plus you get his assault rifle. You really get a lot of stuff for $245, and I've seen figures go for a lot more with way less. I mean, you've got this figure for $245, and then you've got a figure like Sideshow's Snow Speeder Luke going for $270, which doesn't come with jack shit. You know, it's really a shame. I mean, I don't know if it's licensing when it comes to Sideshow or what have you, but $270 for that figure that doesn't even come with a decent base that's stylized from the film. I mean, they could have given you a snow base or something with that figure for $275, or at least a decent second head sculpt. I mean, talk about garbage. It's really a shame. Again, if it has something to do with the license, then I can understand. I don't know what their business practice is. I mean, I have a decent idea. I don't know what they're spending on the license, but I don't know, and I can't recall off the top of my head what singular figures that were Star Wars based that came directly from Hot Toys sold for off the top of my head. I really can't remember. But if any of you guys remember, you know, feel free to comment. You know, let me know where the prices. Did they coincide with Sideshows? You know, are they $270? Were they $280? Damn, I'm really trying to think. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But anyway, back to the figure. It's if you're a fan of Suicide Squad, this is a must-have. Especially if you're trying to build the characters from the team or from the film itself. I have all three of the Jokers. I have this now. I have Harley on pre-order, and I'm probably going to get the prison garb, the prison outfit as well, that version, and maybe do some head swaps between that one and the other outfit. But overall, I can tell you 100%, man, this figure is awesome for what you get for the money. It's actually really a good value, and I don't discuss value too often in reviews, but this figure is definitely worth it in my opinion. So I'll zoom in and show you a close-up of the head sculpt, and you know, do what I usually do. And those of you who don't like this figure, I don't know why you're watching if you didn't like Sideshow, if you didn't like Suicide Squad. But I liked it. As I said, I mainly enjoyed it for Joker and Harley. But Will Smith was a pivotal character in it as well. He's, one of the center characters for the most part. So I had to have him. And then if it was going to come anywhere near close to the head sculpt that I saw in the prototype, there are people that are even think that this is actually better than the prototype because the texturing actually softened from prototype to production, which is always usually what happens. But some people bitch about detail being lost. I think it's phenomenal. So let me get into it and show you the head sculpt. And there you go. Wow. That's all I can say, folks. Wow. The head sculpt was done by Jae Sung. I believe the masked head sculpt was, I'm going to butcher this guy's name. It's like Kim Kyun. I'm going to destroy it. But talented team. They did a great job. JC Han obviously did the paint application. Really, really good. The detail on the outfit, the tailoring, everything is really, 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 really good. They definitely didn't skip on any of the detail. I mean, that's Will Smith, hands down. And if you don't think that looks like Will Smith from the film, then you need a new set of eyeballs. You need LASIK surgery, or you need glasses, or you need someone to hit you in the head with a frying pan or something. I don't know what else, but the figure the head sculpt is spot on. And again, for the money, for everything that you get, the accessories, the firearms, the extra mags, the handcuffs, the rebreather mask, the stop sign, the specialized base, for $245, it's really a good deal. And I'm telling you, once more in-hand picks come out of this figure is going to get waitlisted. Not just because of collectors, but because of folks that are big fans of Will Smith. Some people would try and argue that, Gamora was a spot-on sculpt, and that didn't sell out for a while, and that's still relatively cheap on eBay. The actress, not to take anything away from her, she's a talented actress, and she's becoming even more famous over the last 5 years, because of film that she's done. But she's not Will Smith. She does not have the fan base that Will Smith has. And there are folks that will buy this figure just because of that. And that applies to other figures as well. And again, I'm sure the actress that plays Gamora has a huge fan base. But Will Smith is Will Smith. You've got fans coming from his music career, movies, TV show. It's wild. I've talked to a lot of people, man, that you wouldn't ordinarily think would be into this stuff. And they follow Hot Toys just for that specific reason, because they're fans of this character. And when you've got a character like this who transcends across multiple genres of entertainment, it will go quickly. So I really suggest grabbing this while you can. I mean, if you're not a fan of the movie and you could care less about the figure, then don't. But if you do like Will Smith and you like the film and you want to complete the set, if you're one of those people, don't sleep on it, because you're going to get other folks from other aspects of fanboydom or fangirldom that are going to want to come after this figure. So anyway, I'll get to the detail and do a once up and down over the figure as I usually do, and then I'll rotate them all around for you, and so on and so forth. Let's get ahead and do that. And like I promised, the left side of the portrait, damn folks, looks ridiculously still like Will Smith from that side of the portrait. That is Will Smith. If you were to line that up from movie clips and try to compare it, it's really fantastic. Killer job, man. I was on Instagram today, and I don't know, I forget what, somebody posted something. Man, I can't remember. Somebody posted a statue, and folks were getting into an argument on the post. Somebody commented, "Oh, you should go Prime One Studio. Hot Toys is shit when it comes to doing likeness." And I'm like, what? Like, were you in the Hot Toys in like the late 90s or something? And you're like, yeah, Prime One Studio is where it's at. Prime One Studio is good, but in my opinion, I don't think they're that good when it comes to likeness on characters. They're good. They've gotten a lot better, but I don't think they're that good. When it comes to the comic characters and doing the comic book interpretations of those characters, I think they're really good, but when it comes to the actual people, No way. And again, we're comparing statues to 1/6 scale figures, and Prime One does a good job. So, you know, hey, what are you gonna do? You're always gonna have people complain, but it's all good. So anyway, let's go down on the figure. Very, very, very nice detail on everything. Very nice detail. There's the mags. There's a third mag for the assault rifle behind his hand. You'll see that when I rotate him around. This guy comes jacked and packed with all kinds of firearms and accessories, like he should. Like he very well should. I swear these boots are reuses. I swear I have these same boots on my on one of my figures. I swear I have them on something already. On not Captain America, but on somebody. Maybe even Captain America. I can't remember. But whatever. It's all good. If they are a reuse, I give them a pass. Alright, so now we'll do the other portrait from the right, give you some detail of the gun and other stuff on that side of the figure, and then rotate him around to the back, and then maybe do a pose with him real fast, and then I'll bring out the Batman with the rebreather on. And those of you who are new to watching my videos, I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning, but you know, make sure you hit that 4K option so you get the full resolution of the figure. And if you're looking for articulation, I don't do articulation because I've seen horror stories, and I buy these figures with my own money, and I'm not going to pull their legs apart and undress them and all kinds of crazy shit so I can destroy my figure for you. You know what I mean? I love you guys. I love you guys for following and watching my videos, but you know how I roll. I'm not doing articulation. I have damaged my own figures just from being careful, you know, so I'm not going to do it. So sorry, folks. But anyway, let's get to it and show the right portrait. All right, in the right portrait, as you can see, likeness is still killing it as Will Smith. Killer detail on everything. The gun is fantastic. Killer detail on the gun. It's a badass assault rifle. Badass. We'll go back up. Show you once more over the gun again for anybody that missed it or missed anything. Killer job. Alright, let me show you the back. Alright, in the back of Cue Ball's head. I can empathize because I also shave my head. And you even have the compartment gun case in the back, which I thought was sweet. I didn't even notice. I didn't even remember that from the movie that he had those. And that's awesome. It really completes the character even more as far as accessory wise. I mean, you can do some probably badass poses, man, and have him like jumping up in the air or in some kind of running pose with him with one hand grabbing the gun behind him, you know, so on and so forth. You know, it's really sweet. So I may even try to see if I can get him in some kind of pose like that, but we'll see. And there's the third mag, which I said. you would see once I rotated them to the back. Again, I'm messing with settings that I'm not supposed to. So sorry for that stutter in the video there. You mess around with your shutter speed instead of the aperture. That's what you get. Alright. I'll show you the back of this gun too, why not? It's right side leg piece. So overall, man, I'm very, very happy with this figure. Back to the back of his head. Alright, so I'll flip him around one more time, put him in a pose for you guys, and then I'll bring out the bat with the rebreather and show you what that looks like on him. And, oh yeah, and I'll show, I didn't show you guys the accessories yet either, so I'll do that pose and I'll put the accessories out for you too as well. Alright, and there he is in a nice action pose for you guys. Certain figures, you know, I'll do a pose or two just because to give you the dynamic of what this figure is able to do. So here he is with the aiming device, this eye scope that he has on, that he wears in the film. Still looks incredibly like Will Smith. Spot on, man. I'm telling you, this figure is a beast for everything that you get. When you consider everything you get, it's really a beast. And I realized I forgot, I haven't shown you guys the alternate head on him yet. Do I really have to? I really don't feel like it, but I will. I'll do the same pose, but with the alternate head sculpt. Again, oh, and if you guys were wondering if I was able to do it, I was able to turn him around and actually have his hand on that gun as he's running. So let me see if I can turn him around a little bit for you and show you the hand on the gun. So the articulation is pretty good. I didn't think I'd be able to do it, but I was. So let me show you. There you go. In my opinion, that's some pretty good articulation for him to be able to do that. So I actually was able to recreate the scene that I wanted to. Or not scene, but pose rather. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, but I'm glad I was. So that's pretty cool. Alright, let me show you him with the other head sculpt real quick, and then the accessories. And then, like I said, I'll bring out the Batman. And there he is with the masked head sculpt on. Still looks pretty good, but I highly doubt I'm going to use it. I'm definitely going to be sticking with the naked sculpt. Can't have a head sculpt that sweet and not use it, I'm sorry. So that, the naked head sculpt with the combination of using the attachable eye scope that goes with that head. I'd probably be, if I were you guys too, I'd probably be careful on using that too often in poses too and leaving it on, just because it may eventually damage the paint. It doesn't fit on very, very tight, but it fits on tight enough in my opinion, so just be careful. So let me show you a quick close-up too. Let me see if I can zoom in on this head sculpt really good from where I'm at right now. I might not be able to, and then again I might be able to, so we'll see. You're gonna have to bear with me too, because I'm gonna try and adjust this exposure for you a little bit. Alright, it's about as close as I can get from where I'm at right now, but you do see, when you get up close enough to his eye, you do see the eye in there, and I believe you do get some glimpses of his skin tone in there as well. So I'm sure there's some folks out there that might want to rip apart the mask just to see what is totally behind there. I'm definitely not one of those people. I could care less. So alright, let me get to the accessories. Alright, here you guys, the alternate head sculpt now with it off. And you obviously get some interchangeable hands. The rebreather. The handcuffs. And you get this diorama background, which I have yet to really use for any of the Suicide Squad figures yet. Just not using it. Alright, so now I'll bring out the Batman. I'll show you the Batman with the rebreather mask on. There's our wonderful Will Smith again. Killer head sculpt, fellas, I'm telling you. Really, really good. And there's the Batman with the rebreather on. Really cool. Really looks good. So, unfortunately, if you're going to be, unless you're going to be putting him in that exact pose from Suicide Squad, it's kind of pointless. So you really, unless you're going to be putting him in that diving pose or something, which is really hard as far as the padding that's on this figure, it's going to be difficult. It's not the, it doesn't have the best articulation. Even if you do some of the mods that you've seen in videos, like, you know, you can get better articulation by pulling the groin fabric up farther into it. I haven't messed with mine that way. I've seen lots of folks that have, but I don't like the way it looks, because a lot of the folks that have pushed the groin fabric up into it so you get a little bit more articulation with the legs, it leaves a pretty decent bulge in the crotch area, which stands out significantly in photos. Honestly, it makes him look like he has a hard-on. So I stay away from it, and even when it doesn't make him look like he's got a hard-on, it draws your attention to his crotch. Instead of looking at the figure, you see this crotch with these two big inseams at the side, like these deep gaps. It's like, because it's bunched up in it, I don't know, it didn't look good. So I prefer to leave it this way. It looks better, looks smoother, looks sleeker. So that's really it, I guess. I guess I'm going to close out. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. Hopefully I didn't say 100 fucking times and annoy the shit out of a lot of you, because I know for a few people, you know, like to harp on the comment section about me saying and how many times I've said it. So I'm getting better. You know, that's all I can always say. That's what I tell people, you know, that do have something belligerent to say. You know, I would love to be belligerent back, but it's really not it's a waste of energy. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got everything you needed from it. And as usual, if you like what you saw, feel free to like and subscribe. If you didn't, it's all good. Doesn't bother me, man. This is the hobby. I love it. I do it for fun. I should have some shots up of this figure, some high resolution shots up at some point on my Instagram, same handle. So feel free to check it out. I Am Toys. Those who watch my videos and interact with me as far as Facebook and Sideshow Freaks know my pics on Instagram are just as high resolution as my video. So again, share whatever you want to do. It's all good. No hard feelings. So alright folks, deuces.